Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Kimberly here in this corner of the kingdom. On this channel, we do cash stuffing and budgeting while still trying to do the work that we believe God has put forward in front of us here in this corner of the kingdom, which for us happens to be in the beautiful Catskills in New York. It is a chilly Saturday here this morning, very windy, but certainly the blue skies and sunshine were such a treat. It is Easter weekend, of course, so we are reflecting on all of the blessings of that season. It's also a busy season for us. My husband is a pastor, so we tend to have a lot of church this time of year, which is great when we get to be together and worship with our church family. So this week I've been reflecting on a verse from Philippians. Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4, that say, "Don't be selfish. Don't live to make a good impression on others. Be humble, thinking of others as better than yourself. Don't think only about your own affairs, but be interested in others too and what they are doing." And I was thinking this week about how we are trying to do what we believe God has put forward in front of us here. While still keeping the glory on God, which of course is where it should be. So I hope that verse encourages you as it has encouraged me through this week. So let's get right to our cash stuffing today. As always, I will start with my wallet, and we do have just a few dollars left here in gas. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will put those aside for the moment. I believe when I checked earlier, all of my envelopes in here are empty. So we will, as usual, stuff those first. Oh, no, our giving envelope still has a few dollars in. As always, I don't roll those. I don't put those into something else. I simply roll them over into the next week. So as you guys may notice, I have some longer fingernails today. I did take a chance and bought some stick-on nails that my kids have been telling me are fabulous. I thought it would be nice to have some longer nails for Easter. And I don't know. My first question was if I could get them on. My second question was if they would stay on. I think both of those questions are answered, at least for the moment. And the last question is whether I can actually function in them. I am a nurse, so I'm not permitted to have those long, pretty gel nails. So this is new for me. So we will see how it goes. All right. So for my gas envelope, that will get its usual $40 in my wallet. As I mentioned before, we budget $320 a month in gas, primarily owing to my slightly longer commute back and forth to work. I will not be stuffing outreach this week. I probably won't stuff it for a couple of weeks, honestly, because my husband, after getting through this weekend, he is having a hip replacement next Friday, so we will not be doing outreach for a couple of weeks. I did use what was in this envelope and stocked us up pretty good, so when we are able to resume, we will be all set with that. Spending for me this week will get its usual $10, and that is all that is in there. Bank is where I use this envelope to take money back to the bank. My buffer will also be getting its usual $10. Groceries, this is for if I have to stop unexpectedly to grab something on the way home, also will get 10. And then my last envelope is my giving envelope, which, as I mentioned, did still have a few dollars in. I will be adding 5 more to that. I do use this envelope if I do not have a blessing bag with me in my car, if I come across someone in need, or just generally if I come across someone in need. So it will be getting 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which now gives it 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I do not ever pull this out. I hold on to it and just keep rolling it over week in the event that I come across someone who is in need, which I did this week. All right, so that finishes up our wallet for this week. Let me put that aside, and we will go to our first binder. Valentine's Easter. I realize that Easter is this weekend. However, we will not be celebrating with our kids for a couple of weeks. Easter is a very busy season, and so for us, it just makes sense to celebrate after the holiday. And in this case, because of Bob's surgery, it will be in a couple more weeks. This envelope is empty because I have completed most of my Easter shopping. I will be stuffing 40 in here. I do have a few more things to pick up for the big kids' baskets. And then you'll be celebrating, as I mentioned, in a couple of weeks. So I will use what's in here for that. Summer holidays, I do use this envelope, as I mentioned, to keep money aside in case we decide we would like to do something this summer. Barbecue, fill my propane tank, etc. So it's getting 10 this week. So it now has 10, 20, 30, 40, and 45. I don't really have an end point in mind for that envelope. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear for now. Food for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Pretty obvious what this is. You will notice I did finally get to the bank and put the money in the bank. So I have primarily prop money in a lot of these. So today this will be getting 10. And it now has 20, 40, and 50. I gotta tell you guys, these nails are making this just a little bit of a challenge, but so far so good. Christmas event. This is for one I celebrate with my sister and her family. We meet and we just have a lovely dinner together, and it will be getting its usual 25. Again, money in the bank, 100, 20, and 25. So we have 125 for Christmas event. And last in this envelope is Christmas in general. I believe I've mentioned before, this not only includes gifts, but it does include wrapping paper and mailing gifts off to family that we have that doesn't live near us. It will be getting 150. So it now has 100. I have to excuse me on this. These are really sticking together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 750, and 8 in this envelope. See if that's right. Yep. So we're at 800 there. We do have 7 children, 9 grandchildren. So Christmas is a pricey affair, and it is better for me to be budgeting all year long for that. All right, moving on to this binder. I got these nice dashboards, I guess you call them, from Autumn Budgets. These were on her Etsy shop. They were a download, and I just really liked having a little verse in the front of my binders to remind me part of the reason why we're doing this, not just for our benefit, but to try to benefit others as well. Oil will be getting its usual 65 today. So that's 50, 60, and 5. So oil now has 50, 1, 110, 120, 125, 130. So that's starting to build back up nicely. I'm hoping that over the summer I can really get that bulked up for the colder months. Utilities, this is our propane. As I've mentioned, we only use propane to cook here. So we do not have to fill propane very often at all. Just check my little cheat sheet here. So propane will be getting 10 today. And it now has 50, 60, whoops, 70, and 75. When I get to 500, I'm going to call that fully funded. So we are getting there for sure. Next is Terminix. We do have a contract with them. They are due to come again in June. So I am trying to get this bulked back up as well. It already has 60 in the bank. It will be getting 20 more today, which now gives it 50, 70, and 80. So exciting to see my crocuses are poking through the ground, and my daffodils. So it'll be fun to see some flowers up and blooming here shortly. I sure hope. I'm so anxious for the warmer months. It's certainly, cold weather is not my thing. Lawn maintenance will be getting 25. I've mentioned before, in the winter we do have someone who plows and shovels for us because neither Bob nor I can. And in the summertime we do have someone who mows. Same guy, as a matter of fact, he's pretty amazing. So it now has $75 in it. So how was your Easter weekend? I'd love to hear in the comments below if you have any fun traditions that you do every Easter, and maybe any fun foods or traditional foods that you make. We certainly have our traditions here. Number one being what my kids call cornflake potatoes, which some people call funeral potatoes. Along with every kind of protein. Bob and I are primarily, well, I'm all vegetarian. Bob eats a little bit of meat. Our kids are meat eaters, so there's always roast beef, ham, and turkey at all of our holiday meals. All right, transportation maintenance will be getting 25 today. So it now has 120, 25, 30, and 35. So for me, all of our holiday celebrations are all about the sides. I think the kids would tell you that too, because they sure love all the different sides that I make. Housing, this is for things that we need done on our housing, and I will be putting 50 in here. I'm technically putting 50 back. I had pulled 50 out because we were going to get our septic tank pumped. That didn't happen for a whole variety of reasons. Number one being they can't find it. I told them according to our deed where it's supposed to be, but I don't know. I think they're going to have to come back for that. So we're just putting that 50 back in there. Entertainment, this is where we keep money aside for Prime. And so that's only due in December. So today that will be getting 10. So it now has 20, 30, and 35. I was thinking today I may start putting a little more in there for when the grandkids come. If we want to go, there's a little trampoline place up the road here that they like to go to. So I might start bulking that up a little bit more. This envelope says debt, and you can see it has $3 in it. The extra ones that I pulled out of my gas envelope this week, there's 4 of them, is going to go in here. So this now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And so this, in addition to the extra payments that we already make on our car and our house and our furnace, after I collect a certain amount in here, see how fast that adds up, I will be putting that towards debt as well. So that's just another little way for us to save a little extra money for that. All right, moving on to this binder. So pets will be getting $10. This is where we buy things like litter and treats for our fur babies. We do still have 4 cats here. We have Bailey, Micah, Cashmere, and Lo. And Pets now has $20 in it. So we do buy a pricier litter, but it's worth it. We have one of our little boys gets urinary tract infections pretty easily, so keeping a good litter has helped with that, as well as the urinary tract food. This is Pet Emergency. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It will now have 20 in it. We are bulking that back up after we had recently had our little cat Noah, who now waits for us at Rainbow Bridge. We had used that money in there for his treatment. Pool. This is, we hope to put a pool in our yard, hopefully this summer. So we are saving for that. And pool will get 100 today. So it now has 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 750, 77, 775. Is that right? Yep, it sure is. I did take a lot of money to the bank this week for a couple of reasons. One, that I don't particularly care to have a large amount of cash hanging around our house. Obviously also so it can build up some interest. Okay, and then savings. This is technically like a little emergency fund that I keep here. Even though I've now taken some of it to the bank, and it will get 100, so we are now up to 200. I would like to build that back up to 1,000 because that can answer lots of emergencies. We did use that for Noah when our pet emergency fund was really not enough. And last in this envelope is remodeling, and it is getting 10 today. As I mentioned, we're not trying to do a heavy remodel, but paint and laminate floors is hopefully in our future. So this now has 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. There is no rush on that, so I'm just kind of building that up as I can, just putting a little bit in each time I get paid. That is the end of that wallet, of that binder. All right, and our last binder, all right, another one of my fun dashboards I got from Autumn Budgets. In the morning, O Lord, you hear my voice. I lay my request before you and wait expectantly, from Psalm chapter 5. Okay, birthday gifts. So this birthday gift envelope is empty. This was my January through April birthday envelope. We do not have any April birthdays. We are finished with all of March birthdays, so we will just be conservatively stuffing this just to keep it kind of going for next year. And so it will now have $5 in there. The next birthday envelope was for May, June, July, and August. And this is actually, I believe I mentioned before, our biggest time for birthdays during those months. So this will be getting $20 today. So it now has 70. I do not have any more birthdays until June, so I have a little while to get that bulked up. And then I need two birthdays we have in June, with 2, 4, 5 in July and 4 in August. So it is a busier time. And the last birthday envelope, which is for September, October, November, and December. These are our least amount of birthdays. And so this birthday envelope is getting $5 today. So it now has 10, 20, 30, and 5. Lots of time to build that one up. But I would try to do a little each week so that doesn't feel like quite the burden when you have to pull money out unexpectedly. Education, this is where we put money aside for our grandkids. We do have littles that we try to help them, their mommies and daddies, out with lunch money. We do have one grandson who is in college, another granddaughter who will be getting ready for college, still deciding between Penn State and Kutztown. So we do help them out with money. This week, our grandson Alex was doing some volleyball. And so he actually has a trip coming up to, I think it's Kansas City, shortly. And so we will try to send a little money his way to make that a nice trip for him with his volleyball team. So I do put $60 in every time I get paid and then pull it out when we need to. I did put money on a lunch account this week, so that envelope is empty. And what a blessing it is to be able to help out those younger families like that. Clothing, you will see, I'm actually going to pull money out of. I did stop today and got myself a dress to wear for tomorrow. I did have money budgeted for clothing for this week, but I obviously spent that on my dress, and so I'll be putting this aside to replace that money in our bank account. Health will not be getting anything this week. I still haven't decided what I'm doing with that. I did have some thoughts about it this week, but I'm going to wait till after the holiday and try to sort out in my own mind what that's going to be. This beauty envelope, of course, as I've mentioned, is for our haircuts. And so I am putting 20 in there today. It now has $50, $70, $90, and $100 in beauty, so to speak. Yeah, I can't get that one to come apart. There we go. Okay, and then we have gas. This is where I put the rest of the money that's budgeted this week for gas. So as I mentioned, $3.20 a month, that's $80 a week. So this gets $40 in addition to the $40 that's already in my wallet. And then I just pull from this when I need more, so I don't have to carry a whole lot of cash with me. Groceries, this is in addition to the little $10 that I carry in my wallet. I will put $10 more in here. Ooh, look at that $10 bill. That's when I took a bite out of it. So groceries now has $15 in it. And that is it for this envelope. And I somehow ended up with extra money, and I am not sure why that is. Well, I will have to try to figure that out after. I'll probably look back at the video and see what I missed putting money into. I do know that we had $12 that we had put aside for my penny challenge. You know, and I'm pretty sure I know exactly why I have extra money, and that's because this would be for outreach. So I am going to actually go back and put that into my outreach envelope. When I looked at my little cheat sheet here, I see that I budgeted for it, even though we're not going to be going for a little bit. So I will put that in there, and then we will have that for when we do go. It's actually in my wallet. Sorry about that. So let me just pop that right in there. So that's 20 and 5. So let's go through that. And then for our penny challenge for this week, I went ahead and added up what I owe the penny challenge. And so for the week that we're in, which would be the week of March 24th, I owed it $6.09, and for Easter Sunday tomorrow, I owed it $91, which brought us to a grand total of $12.60. So you can see here I have 10, 11, 12, and 60. So we're just going to add that in here. And this is filling up nicely. Not going to count that to the end of the year, so I'm just going to kind of tuck that in there. And I do have a few ones left here. This says I owe, for the first week of April, I'm going to owe $3.09. So let me go ahead and make a little change here. Let me pull out 91 at 75, 85. Boy, these nails are tough to work with. You ladies with the long nails, my hats are off to you, because I sure am not good with these nails. So, let me see. All right, that makes 91. I'm pulling out. So, we'll put those 3 in here. And that takes care of that week in April. So I won't owe this anything for a little bit. And we will just put this aside. I believe I will put the ones back in my giving envelope for my wallet, because we know that we can always use them for that. And let me just cross out. And then we are actually all caught up on Penny Challenge until April the 14th. So that is a big blessing right there. So anyway, I certainly hope that this video has been helpful for you. I wish you all the blessings of this Easter weekend, and of course blessings on your budgeting journey as we all continue on in our own little corner of the kingdom. Bye.